It has been a rough few years for the Boeing Corporation, from downed airplanes to whistleblowers and allegations of bad company culture. The latest, the FAA's probe of the company's 787 Dreamliner inspections. Tonight, our Laura Queso begins an in-depth look at Boeing's history of safety issues and a Cleveland connection.
District we're declaring emergency. We need to descend down to 10,000.
A mid-air scare.
We have 177 passengers.
Just one of several emergencies involving Boeing planes. This one, an Alaska Airlines door plug flying off at 16,000 feet.
You're still climbing, seatbelt sign is still on, and all of a sudden you hear this loud explosion. And if you're near where the airplane tore apart, you see a part of the structure gone.
Boeing already had a tarnished reputation after a pair of deadly crashes with the 737 MAX 8 jets in 2018 and 2019. Cleveland lawyer Jamie Lebovitz is an experienced litigation lawyer.
Between 1985 and present day, I've been involved in just about every major commercial airline disaster and scores of private aircraft crashes.
And the issues surrounding manufacturers and airlines over the last few decades have led to hundreds of clients wanting representation. 2024 alone has brought near constant headlines.
Boeing once again in the headlines.
We just heard like a loud bang.
Loose bolts have been found on other MAX 9s.
The FAA has launched another investigation.
It's investigating new whistleblower claims
and whether employees falsified aircraft records.
Stan Singstad was on that Alaska Air flight, seat 9F. He will never forget it, even though he wishes he could.
How has this incident impacted your day-to-day life? Has it at all?
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I've got serious PTSD. I've seen a therapist now. I have nightmares that I'm on the plane.
Stan, a former truck driver from Oregon, says he was once a frequent flyer. It's how he got to different cities to drive. He says all was going smoothly aboard Alaska Air 1282 until
I hear this loud explosion, and I'm thinking, man, what happened? And my first thought is, oh no, someone must have set off a bomb on the plane.
He said the oxygen masks fell. Flight attendants were running, but passengers?
It's not like in the movies where when something happens on the plane, everyone's jumping up and running around. People were like really quiet, almost like you're in a cemetery. Things were like dead silent. I was frozen in fear, in shock.
Lebovitz represents several passengers who were on that flight, including Stan.
Odds are it won't happen again, but tell that to the person who actually experienced it. You know, it's not necessarily that easy for that person to just jump right back on an airplane.
Pilots are speaking out too. The responsibility of keeping their passengers safe weighing heavily.
I'm also captain on the 737, so I fly the NG and the MAX.
An American Airlines pilot for 32 years, Dennis Tazier is also the spokesperson for the Allied Pilots Association, the union that represents the 16,000 pilots of American Airlines.
The door blew off of the Alaska flight, and it blew the doors off of Boeing again and revealed to us that they really hadn't changed. They had this new level of production, assembly, putting the airplane together failures, literally leaving bolts off of a door. And we're not back to square one, we're back to square minus 10.
Captain Tazier says what he does has become a challenge. The trust, he says, is lost.
My alert status when I get on a 737, and in particular a MAX, is at a level that I haven't been in since I was in the military in combat. Now, I flew Boeing aircraft in the military during combat, and it saved my life as I pushed it to the edge. It defended me from the enemy outside the airplane. Now I feel like the enemy is within.
So what is Boeing saying about the issues that appear to be plaguing the company? We reached out directly. Coming up tomorrow at 11 on What's Next, what the CEO of the company is saying about the next steps to make your travel safer. Laura Queso, 3 News.